Well, good morning and thanks for joining us here for the 8:30 stream show. I'm Mitch Carter.
And I'm Casey Mason. We're going to have meteorologist Byron Douglas coming up next with the latest look at the radar. But for now, we're going to recap a couple of our headlines from today.
That's right. Due to the lingering snow and ice out there, along with those dangerously cold temperatures, many of our schools are once again closed today. As a reminder here, we've got a pop up here, just a screenshot from our closings tab. You can always see that full list of closings on our website at 14news.com. And despite all the closures today, many schools still doing some version of NTI. So if you got any students out there, please check with them. That includes the EVSC, Davis County, and Henderson County schools. Meanwhile, a few of our colleges are back open today in Reading, including UE and USI.
That's right. And hey, a heads up for people in Evansville. We know that the water and sewer utility leaders are telling us all trash and recycling collections are going to be canceled yet again today. Now, this is, of course, due to ongoing safety concerns out there on the roads. Officials say that Republic Services will make a decision a little later today about tomorrow's pickup times. They say crews will be ready to continue service once these conditions can allow them to.
Yeah, and moving on here, some good news now. All travel warnings for Southern Indiana have now been downgraded to travel watches. That means the local and essential travel is allowed out there. And of course, we talked about that all week long here. The roads have slowly gotten better. Yeah. Still kind of sketchy in certain parts, but for the most part, you should be okay.
I like the term you used the other morning, a mixed bag.
Very mixed, yes,
One minute you think you got it, then you get to those side roads.
Maybe not.
Our neighborhood is still kind of a mess right now. Then you turn on the main road and it looks great.
Good to go.
So.
Right.
All right, we know lots of folks are getting ready to get on deck here and listen to meteorologist Byron Douglas, but one final quick headline here. This one's for our folks in Ohio County. We know that all water customers in Hartford, they need to boil their water right now. That's because of a massive water main break there on Clay Street. So city crews say that repairs have been made, but just some customers, heads up here, you may continue to experience some low water pressure here today. A boil advisory has been issued. We're told it will be lifted once water tests come back clean for you. Despite the restorations of service, a system-wide boil water advisory does remain in effect for all Hartford water customers.
There you go. A couple of quick headlines for you here.
Stand
by, though. We've got our up to bat here. Right. Batting cleanup, Byron Douglas, our meteorologist. We'll be back with more from him after this. And, of course, more shows coming up here, 11, 12, streaming show at 2:30, regular news, 14 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Have a great day.
See ya.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good Wednesday morning on this January 28th. I'm meteorologist Byron Douglas. Hope everyone's doing well. We made some changes. We're into the alert days, which will run through Saturday. Still going to have slick spots out there each day, especially during the morning. We've added some snow potential on Friday and Saturday. As we go into Friday morning, we could see up to an inch or so of accumulation during that time frame. I'll have more on that in a moment as we take this full. I'll just grab this graphic so I can get out of the way. There's a look at our alert day through Saturday, generally alert days, I should say. And then that snow potential. We've talked about with these winds generally out of the northwest, the upper level flow aloft, some disturbances will develop and we're susceptible to these. An Arctic front's going to work through, and we'll talk a little bit about that snow potential in a moment. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to show you the next 7 days. A lot of questions. I want to talk on WIKY this morning. When's it going to warm up? Well, we have a chance next Tuesday and Wednesday to hover above freezing in the mid-30s. And I looked out, I think we go out 10 days on our 14 First Alert weather app. On Friday, the 6th day of February, the opening day of the Olympics, will be about 38 for a high. So we're not going to go into the 50s or 60s or anything like that. But we are going to nudge. That is the trend, as the Arctic air is going to break down. But it's not often we have back-to-back Arctic air in place over the weekend. Saturday highs at 20, 24 on Sunday. Our average highs at 42. We've had some cloud stream in. We've already had some patchy freezing fog early this morning. There was no major impacts. We could see a few flurries down in Muhlenberg County from these clouds overall. So we have some clouds that have filled in. So temperatures have come up a bit. We're at 9 above now. Evansville dropped to -1 this morning. And 12 in Greenville. I mean, you can't hide it. It's flat out cold. And once we get a few maps up here, we'll take a look. Love the cloud charts here. We do have a bank of clouds about 7,000 to 10,000 feet. Then we'll be into some sunshine and then some high-level cirrus clouds will stream into the afternoon. So it's tough. Sometimes it's tough to break up these clouds. Very stubborn with the low sun angle, but we'll evolve into some sun. The percentages are out there in cloud layers. All right, let's take a look at the next 12 hours. We're going to take this full and say good morning to some folks. A little bit of sun as we go to the afternoon, and then we start to cloud up. Thomas, good morning to you. Angela, good morning. Laura, watching down in Dawson Springs. Hope everyone's doing well. Jeff Miller, appreciate it, along with Tom. Thanks for tuning in here bright and early on our stream. We do have some snow potential on Friday, which I'm going to get to in a moment. But for today, we'll see some sun, partly sunny, 24 for a high. 9 tonight. And then for tomorrow, a few flurries, upper 20s. So we do push temperatures up a bit into the upper 20s. So some scattered flurries. And now we're going to take a look at the guidance. As we go to the afternoon, showing some sun. And then for tonight, we cloud up. Now, if you don't cloud up right away, there's going to be a few cities and towns where we see some clearing. We'd have that potential for some freezing fog for tonight and early tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to go to overcast skies. Winds will be out of the east. A few flurries, which I think are underdone here, but the Arctic area doesn't hold much moisture. And let's go into Friday. On Friday, and I've included this in our 14 First Alert weather app, but with the dusting up to 1 inch accumulation, with even some higher amounts off to our east. This just updated. Not showing a lot, but some snow showers as we go into the morning on Friday, during the morning hours. And then as we go into Friday night, we'll have to monitor this, and then as we go into Saturday morning. Let's take a look at the snowfall. There's not a lot of moisture. As I mentioned, cold air doesn't hold much moisture during that stretch, but we have that potential. This is going to fill in here. You see some amounts up to 3, 4, 5 tenths, kind of a dusting deluxe here. We'd have that potential. Now it's filling in. I kind of went through that a little too quick. That's my bad. So I'm going to let this fill in here. As we go through Friday morning, hopefully the computer has caught up. And then as we go through the day, you'll see some amounts perhaps up to 1 inch through Jasper and Huntingburg. Now, tomorrow morning when we talk at this time, there's a chance this all could stay to the east. It's not going to mature into a winter storm. In fact, the criteria for a winter weather advisory is 2 to 4. So underneath that threshold, but the official word would come from the National Weather Service. That takes us through Friday night. You see some amounts, though, increasing up 1.5 inches off to our east. Now here's to the GFS, a mid-range model. This takes us Friday into the pre-dawn hours, showing a little snow, a little band of light snow. Some of the accumulation would be off to the east where they could see 1 to 2 over in Louisville and points to the east. We'll see how that plays out, but there is potential on Saturday to cue this up again. So Saturday morning we have a chance for some snow showers, and then kind of right off Lake Michigan, some snow squalls Saturday night and then into Sunday. Some of the other guidance was showing 1/3 up to 1/2 inch of snow. Not a major snow producer, but in the 7-day I went up to a 70% chance of snow. By the time you check back with Arden and Jeff, it might be a dusting or less, but that's based on what I'm looking at today. And then as we go into Saturday, I'll grab this full. Even chances for snow, but we could increase that. Again, we could see up to a dusting, a coating of snow on Saturday. 2 separate systems. 24 Sunday, a 29 on Monday, and then next week, as I showed you there at the beginning, that we could push it up in the low to mid 30s on Tuesday. Well, good morning to you all. Thanks for tuning in here bright and early. We're going to have more. Arden's going to have new information coming up at 14 News at 11 a.m. and then again at noon. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.